guys, and welcome to my top 5 female game characters. When I was trying to compile this list, it was a bit difficult because I was trying to work out, do I pick women because they're badass, or do I pick them because only the ones that I could play as, or ones that you just enjoy more because the story was good, and if the story pulls you in and there's female characters in there, then you get more involved with them than you would with other games. So it was quite hard to actually dial it down to 5. But I think I've done it, and again, this is my opinion, so if you don't agree with it, you're not me, so don't complain. So first of all then, at number 5. When I tried to pick this one, I was going to go with Tomb Raider, just because if you say to anybody, female game character, Tomb Raider just pops up straight away. And I thought, no, it's too obvious, it's a generic response, so I started to try and think about other girl characters, and then after a bit I actually thought, but tell you what, it's she is awesome, and I'm not going to steer away from her just because it's a generic response. So it's definitely got to be Lara Croft there at number 5. As a kid, it was probably the first female character I ever actually played as, and I used to love her and I used to hate her at the same time, because sometimes you tried to jump onto them blocks and she did not do what you wanted her to do. Well, at the end of the day, it was down to whoever was controlling it. It's not Laura's fault, but you used to shout at her. Well, I did anyway. But at the same time, there used to be them supposed cheats out there that used to make her clothes fall off. If you jumped backwards and did a backflip, left, right, forwards, they never worked. But by God, did you try as a child, because you thought it might actually happen. So definitely, number 5, Lara Croft. At number 4, a few people might argue the toss on this one, because I've never actually said human females, so it could be any kind of female, and I'm going to go with Gladys from Portal, just because she's one of the characters that made me laugh more than anything. When I first played Portal 1 and Gladys was kind of guiding you through the chambers, it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is a robot's doing this, it's quite funny. And then when it kind of, the story twist, and you find out what Gladys was all about, it was like, oh, this is very interesting. And then from Portal 2, they really stepped up a notch with the comedy and the kind of relationship that you had with Gladys, and it's absolutely awesome. And on top of it, the credits for Portal 1 when Gladys actually sings is just an emotional thing for me. I absolutely love it. So yeah, Gladys has got to be in there. She's an awesome gal, and an awesome robot gal at that. So Gladys at number 4. At number 3 is a woman that most people won't really know about, and that is the Dark Mistress from Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2. First of all, she was a character you could play, because you could play as any of your minions within Dungeon Keeper, but I used to always, every time I got myself a Dark Mistress, I was a level up to level 10 straight away, just because she was a badass character. If there was ever a fight, she was on the front line there, taking ass. And it was not just necessarily about abilities of fighting, it was just because what she did as a character. And within Dungeon Keeper you had a torture room, and if you grabbed one of the enemy you could throw them in the torture room, and if the Dark Mistress was passing by and she noticed someone was in there, she would go in there and start whipping them, giving them a few beatings, and I thought that was funny in itself because it's a really old game. And then on top of it, if they ever did go past the torture room and no one was in there being tortured, she used to go in there and strap herself in and torture herself, which is just quite weird. So yeah, and again, I think it's because I was a kid and it was an awesome game and I spent so much time playing it. Every time that she used to pop off up wicked, I'm having to throw her into battle. So for me, number 3's really got to be the Dark Mistress. And number 2, this a few of you already guessed that this is going to be my list, but you probably said this one would have been at number 1, and that is Miranda from Mass Effect 2. First of all, it's obviously, the game is so good. When a story pulls you in that much, all the characters mean something to you. But obviously within Mass Effect you can only normally take 2 people out on a mission with you, and I would always take Miranda out with me. Nothing to do with her particular curves or anything like that, but no, she was a cool character. I liked interacting with her, and I really loved her accent, and as I was saying, the old frame, definitely a positive to take somebody around with that when you're in a cutscene and you have to see some cheeks programmed so well. They really did themselves well programming that in there, but yeah, she's got to be in there. And the other thing is, like, because you can have sex with that character, depending if you advance within the relationships and stuff like that. I spent a lot of time putting the groundwork down so I could actually sleep with Miranda, and it kind of makes you like that character more. If you're doing everything you can for her, and every time before you go on a mission you always pop in, see how she's doing, having a little chinwag with her, see if it's time yet. And because I was doing that all the time and getting the same response going, hi, I just want to have a word with you, but I'm too busy at the moment, so check back on me later. And you're like, oh, come on Miranda, give me the goods. But yeah, because I spent so much time actually trying to sleep with her, she's definitely got to be in there at number 2. And at number 1 is a character, again, most of the ones that have made a big effect on me are the ones from when I was a child. And this character, I just thought she was awesome from the get-go. And that's got to be Nicole from Broken Sword 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as they went on. And yeah, when you first meet her, at the very start of the game, as George Slowball obviously start off in the calf once it's been exploded, and Nicole's a news reporter and she's there on the scene. And you talk to her, and then throughout the game your relationship advances a bit more and she becomes a major part of the actual game. And I just liked the way she was. I liked her attitude, how she used to talk to people, and she didn't take much shit, that girl did. And it was just a really fun character to have, and I just like her more than anything because she's not a 3D character. Well, she wasn't a 3D character, she was a 2D like pixel drawing, and I really like that. And then obviously within the games, as it got further on, 3D versions of Broken Sword did start to come out, and obviously she slightly changed the way she looked throughout the games, but all along the way she's been a really cool character. And Broken Sword definitely means a lot to me from my childhood, and even now I'm going to go back and play him again, and I'm playing it on the DS now. And as soon as I opened it up and Nicole was there again, I was like, God, so many happy memories playing this game. So Nicole's got to be in there at number 1. So, as I said then, that was my list. So if you've got your top 5 female characters, either pop them in the comments below, or if you do film, even better still, just do a video response telling me what your top 5 characters are. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye.